Okay, it's 11:50.
If you will, join me in the pledge to the flag, and afterwards I'll offer prayer. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
True and faithful God, we come to you this morning, Lord.
Thanking you, Father, for the blessings that you've allowed us to enjoy. Father, you have blessed us so much here in Calloway County with your watch, care, and protection. We are truly grateful. Father, please guide and direct us throughout this meeting. May everything that we do now and in the days to follow be to your praise, honor, and glory. In the name of our Savior, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Be seated, please. Okay, in your packet, Squires, you have a copy of the December 18th regular meeting. There are no questions or additions or corrections to it. I'd entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
Motion to approve is presented, sir.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Madam Treasurer?
Yes, sir. On your financial cover sheet for December 31st, 2024, receipts were $15,964,950.86. Disbursements were $7,611,549.14. Ending cash balance is $8,353,401.72.
Heard the financial cover sheet through the end of December. Any questions? Not, entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Madam Treasurer, Clerk, encumbrances.
Total encumbrances for general fund is $259,555.98. The road fund is $121,612.23. Jail fund is $64,612.80. 911 fund is $6,993.82. ARPA fund is $68,469.73. And the auto tax is $19,832.40.
Any questions, or I'll entertain a motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Madam Treasurer?
I do have one cash transfer. It's going to transfer from the general fund, the 911 fund, Murray Bank, to the general fund in the amount of $12,816.94. This is where we received the FEMA reimbursement and it just hit the wrong checking account.
Okay. Any questions on the motion to transfer funds for the treasurer? Need a motion?
Motion to make the transfer.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer. Next item we need to consider is approval of the 911 policy changes for accreditation. Any questions for Nathan? He kind of briefed us Monday, but if you have any questions, I'll call him up. Is there a motion to approve those changes then?
Make a motion to approve the changes as we presented to him.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item would be the approval of the Calloway County Fire Rescue affiliate agreement. You have a copy of that in your packet. If you need to, I'll have Josh come up and answer any questions regarding that. If not, I need a motion to approve it and authorize me to sign it.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next item we need to consider is the personnel changes. Tori is prepared, and those are in your packet. If there are any questions on any of those, otherwise I need a motion to approve personnel appointments and changes.
Move to approve personnel changes.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item that I have down is committee reports. I don't think we have anything. The administrative committee met and discussed it today, but I don't think they have any amendments or anything. Tori, you got anything?
The minutes should be in their packet.
Pardon?
The minutes are in their packet.
Yeah, I mean, the minutes in there, and we do, I guess, need to approve we need to approve those. Okay. Well, if there are no questions about that, you can continue to review that. Is any other committee reports that need to be made right now? I'm not aware of any. If not, I just wanted to apprise the members of the court that I did sign an executive order regarding the weather last Friday. You have a copy of that in your folder. Okay, Ken, anybody got? Do you need to speak about? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We're kind of out of order today. Gina and Cindy and all of us tried to put this together, so y'all bear with me. Come on up if you don't mind.
Okay, this was my report for the jail for 2024. Our bookings totaled 1,524 bookings for 2024. Now, I usually break that down on what percentages the different law enforcement agencies are responsible for those intakes. This year, or last year, it was 31% were Calloway County Sheriff's Office arrests, 32% were Murray Police Department arrests. Really, they were very close, a little bit less than 1%, but I just rounded up where it was appropriate. 2% were KSP, 1% were Murray State University Police, 5% were probation and pro, and 29% was other. Our average inmate population was 141. And on our medical, we got hit pretty hard last year for days in the hospital, especially we had 55 days in the hospital. And as I said Monday, we had one individual that was at University of Louisville for like over 2 weeks. So that was very expensive for us. Offender fees collected was $176,834.43. In the second page, I went over the programs that we have at the jail where they receive sentence credits for a 90-day program. Let's see, we had 141 completions, and for the 60-day programs, we had 101. So if you multiply that times the days that was saved that they were not incarcerated, it'd be like 18,750 days. Multiply that times the state per diem of $35.34 a day, it'd be $662,625. $662,625. We had pretty good, I forgot the exact grade that our programs director has to be audited every year. In this past year, she was way up there, like 97%. So that was very pleasing. Let's see, on the back page, kind of went over some of the things that our workhouse, the restricted custody center, what they were involved with last year. Like, they help out the cleanup day that they have at Hazel. A few times they helped out the county clerk's office, I know, moving stuff around. Up at the judicial building, the same thing, and mowing different county properties like the judicial building, the jail property, the sheriff's office, county health department, animal shelter, I believe. Then we had an inmate working with the city with their street department, and one working with Murray Electric System. Then we use them for maintenance purposes there at the jail with our maintenance man. Some of the other things like unloading food at Glendale for their food pantry and Needline, I know they help them out when they can. They need stuff moved around. The tire grant program where we pick up tires every year, the county puts that on. They assisted with it, picking up various dump sites that's been around the county. And then helped out the sheriff's office, I know, where they had an asset forfeiture case that they had a big semi-trailer this past year. Needed quite a bit of stuff moved out of, and helped out with that. On the mowing of the city cemetery and the Murray Electric System substations, that total revenue coming in was $83,261.30. They basically involved about 30 weeks of last year. Then we do the state highway pickup of litter, and we got revenue of $47,911.13 for that. The litter abatement program for the county brought in $18,204. Then the work fees where they work for private employers, we have some that are eligible for that. That brought in $11,440.17. And the ones working like that were able to pay back some of the jail fees that they owed. So we collected $16,493.19 of that. That's basically my report. Any
Any
questions?
questions, Court? Ken?
No, I'd just like to compliment you on the $177,000 you brought in. Good job.
Yeah, I have some of my deputies that are very diligent about trying to urge the ones to pay up for. So even if they come in for a visit to another inmate, they'll catch them in the lobby and see if they won't pay something, you know, on their bill.
I'd just like to thank Ken for a job well done, and it is a lot more of a serious job than most people in the county realize.
Totally agree.
Well, thank you.
Now, I want to say too, I didn't realize the numbers yesterday when I was talking about the 19,000 days and what that equates to in numbers. You said 600 and something thousand.
That's the number I get.
I mean, that is a savings.
Paul,
And
check that.
You're right on.
So the state pays us about 200,000 and they're saving, 600 some odd thousand overall. So I guess it's saving them ultimately about 400,000.
well, they're good programs and active interests that you have taken and your staff to keep these going. And I think we noted yesterday that the women's classes, you had to have 5 in the class, and sometimes we didn't have that many that were there to do that, and that knocked that down a little bit. But I just think that's a remarkable savings, and potentially, and should be, that's what the programs are designed for, the people that have offended, that they can encourage them getting, like the GEDs, just basic stuff and the different things that.
Hopefully they won't reoffend and come back later.
Right. That's the goal of it. But I just want you to know, and I think each member of the court, all of us appreciate that. And like Larry said too, that I don't think the public in general really understands what all you do as a jailer and your staff does. And then the magistrates this morning, we were on 3 different training sessions or whatever, and it's a statewide issue, but I didn't see too many quick and immediate solutions. So, but they're talking about things, and they're getting more aware of it. It's just how to address it, and I thought that was pointed out. So I truly appreciate what you do, and some of the issues we face, and we talked about, conversation and stuff like that. We're trying to work and address on those.
Oh, and I did want to add, I wanted to thank Nathan Baird for helping the jail out. He does grants all the time, and had one of Homeland Security, I believe, that was to help protect for cybersecurity, and included the jail, and we got a new server that he delivered to us a couple of days ago, or maybe it was yesterday, but we've got to get that installed. But do appreciate his efforts in being included.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sheriff, you got any?
I'll address with what few stats I've got. I actually am working on some more detailed stats, but what I'm really proud of is our drug stats. That was something that I wanted to work on. I think I told y'all a while back when I first took office that I feel like that a drug problem in Calloway County dwindles down to all of our crime in Calloway County. So we've hit it hard. I know y'all don't like to hear me following Ken and talking about the people that we're arresting, because y'all don't want anybody in jail because you got to pay for it. But it's still part of what we need to do. So, but just let me give you some quick stats. Some of you may have seen them or heard of them. In 2023, we took in 5.49 pounds of methamphetamine. In 2024, we took in 30.89 pounds of methamphetamine, which is a 462% increase. And when I say taken in, that's either by making a traffic stop and getting it out of a car, or whether it being us actually buying dope and bringing it in as evidence, and then following up and taking charges. In 23, there was 409 prescription pills. 2024, it was 1,325 prescription pills. 2023, we took in 46 pounds of marijuana, and the marijuana was down. It was down to 10 pounds in 2024. So I think, and I'm not going to go through all of these, but I think the main thing that I want to point out too is in 2023, we took in 120 dosage units of fentanyl pills. In 2024, we took in 179 dosage units of fentanyl pills. 2023 fentanyl powder was 0.534 pounds of fentanyl powder. In 2024, it was 4.2 pounds of fentanyl powder. So I want to emphasize that I know through the media and so forth, if you can imagine a grain of salt or a grain of sugar, the size of that is able to kill somebody like me that's not used to taking that stuff, or y'all that's not used to it. So imagine the poundage that 4-point-something pounds that is, how many grains of that there is. So we're still focusing on the drug thing, and that right now that's my goal. I'll have some more stats like our Part 1 crimes and our Part 2 crimes at the next fiscal court meeting, but right now I wanted to emphasize on our drug work that we're doing.
I think that's a fantastic job, Sheriff. And I'd never related till you brought that up. I mean, all of us can imagine a 5-pound sack of sugar, what it weighs and how many grains are in. We don't know how many grains are in it, but I mean, when you relate it like that, I mean, that is pretty significant.
It's a lot of lives.
It is. And as I pointed out yesterday, last week of day, had a conference call with the governor, and statewide, the fentanyl or the drug overdoses were down. And what I wanted to point out is through efforts like you're doing here in Calloway County that have brought brought those down. I forgot, can't remember the number, but the coroner's report was it 15? Y'all remember? Something like that, overdose deaths.
Well, there's six overdose.
6 overdose, I'm sorry. There were 15 accident-related or other than natural death, I think, or something like that, so. But Nikki, I appreciate it, and I think it makes a significant difference in the county.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sheriff, have they pinpointed a country most of that's coming from?
Just from what I'm hearing, it's coming from China. I mean, fentanyl is a pharmaceutical, but what we're getting is not the pharmaceutical. I mean, I'm sure that some of those were pharmaceutical, but the fentanyl is they're coming from China, or the ingredients, and then it may be putting it together, but yeah. And it may come from China to New York to back to us, but or across the border. So we're hoping that with things changing with the border, that more than likely what it's going to do is drive the price up, because we have seen that when the border is closed, methamphetamine, the price goes up, supply and demand. Whenever the border is open, it's easier to get in, so there's more here, and the price goes down. So, not trying to make it a political issue, but it is what it is. And I'm getting this from DEA sources is what they're telling me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Nathan, you got any words of wisdom?
No, sir, not today.
All right. Josh, you got anything extra? Emily? Tori? Dustin, you got anything?
No, sir.
William Earl?
No, sir.
Dan, till we get the elected officials, you got something you want to say? You listening this morning?
Well, I will say, for everybody that don't already know, February 1st will be my last day. I have worked 29 years as dispatcher. I have enjoyed every minute of it immensely. And back to what Nikki was just saying, when I started, we worried more about moonshiners, drunk drivers, and that type of stuff, and that's all history, pretty much right now. But on what he mentioned on the fentanyl, the boys are working themselves to death, getting it off the streets and trying to protect, and they have seized enough of it to kill every man, woman, and child in Calloway County many times over. I mean, it's that serious, and the dedication is just immense. My 29 years, been highs and lows. I know Mr. Crutcher and I lost a
Dan, I don't guess this letter that I've got in my hand right now is optional for us to vote on. I mean, we can decline it.
Well, I hope y'all will, take pity on this on 51 Chevrolet truck.
But yeah, I appreciate you. I've known Dan all my life. Well, not quite all of it, because I'm older than he is, but his family and all that just came from good stock. Dad used to drive the bus. Mama cooked down to school, didn't she? Yeah, and they're just lifelong people that love this county like so many of us do, and you've dedicated your life to being of service. And I know you told of a couple of instances, but I think there's a lot more people that owe their lives to you, to Nathan, the 911 dispatch, than people even imagine, and their health and well-being. So I appreciate you, buddy. And I'd like for you to kind of schedule come back in February, if you don't mind, just briefly. You don't have to.
Good Lord willing, I'll be here.
All right. That'll be February the 19th. So if you can schedule, as far as I know, we'll start 9 o'clock that day. We had to delay it a little bit today.
I'll try to get up that early. I may be sleeping on it.
Thank you so much, Dan. I appreciate you. I truly do. And this court does, 911, sheriff's office. I mean, you're just an awesome guy. I mean, awesome. Thank you. Miss Antonia, you got anything?
No, sir, I appreciate it, though.
Counselor?
I don't want to follow that up. Stand and enjoyable retirement.
Tanya, you got anything else?
No, sir.
Paul?
I do have two things. I know Chris wasn't here, but I think kudos to him and his staff for the weather-related events that they had to clean up after. And I just heard lots of good comments on Facebook about people seeing plows and cinders, and so just kudos to them and the job they did. The second thing I'd like to mention, just to get it into the court minutes so it's documented, is the delinquent tax issue that I brought up a few times, that the county has over 1,500 delinquent taxes from 2023, about $100,000, and some of those go back 20 plus years that haven't been paid. And all that you know, but I just want to make sure it's in the minutes that we have discussed it and we are looking into it, and appreciate your connection with Representative Imes, that she's going to propose legislation that might help streamline the process to help us with delinquent taxes. So.
Thank you. And just let me interject, Don, before I was going to mention it at the end, but I had more compliments, I think, this last Friday, snow season over the weekend, about the road department, the excellent job that they did. They've really gotten a handle on it. I plan on going down there tomorrow in the morning to thank them personally and on behalf of the court for the job they did. I had more comments, I think, about the good job they have done than probably we've had 3 months of, or 6 months of bad comments. Just people texting me, or saw several things on Facebook, people appreciative of what they've done. So I think they handled it remarkably well, planned for it. And of course, I know we're going to have likelihood of some rain and really cold weather this weekend, so I'm sure they'll make every effort to be as accommodating as they can. Don?
Judge, I just echo everything's been said. Thank you.
Larry? Ricky?
Amen.
Has anybody got anything else that we need to bring up for attention? If not, I'll entertain a motion to that we go into executive session. Ryan, I can't remember the number. Well, I'm sorry, it's a personnel, whatever number that is, but read that in the minutes somewhere along the line. And there won't be, unless the executive session reveals action for the court, there won't be any further business for the court to conduct. And so, I mean, the rest of you can stay as long as you want to, but after we do the executive session, unless there's actionable item that needs to be taken up, we'll just come back in and adjourn. So I do need a motion to go into executive session.
Make a motion that we go into executive session based on personnel concerns.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We are in just recess for executive session. We're just in executive session, so if y'all want to, just go to my office, please.